Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the scheduled live stream that's actually going on early. I scheduled it for 5 o'clock, but I'm sure people will roll on in regardless. It's sort of a free day for me, so I was like, you know what? I got nothing better going on at the moment. I was a little busy earlier in the day, but the rest of the day is just free for me, so let's begin the live stream early. Screw it, you know? We got ourselves a little Manhattan glass filled to the almost brim. We'll call that the brim, with some white wine. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest fan of white wine, but I've had it in my refrigerator for over a year now. So I figured I'd bust it open. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a corkscrew. I have 2 corkscrews somewhere, but I don't know where they are. So you know what I had to do? I had to get a screw it into the corkscrew, and then pull it out with a hammer. But it took a good 20 minutes. It was quite the struggle. Don't try it without a corkscrew. I got 2 of them, like I said, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, so the gains have returneth. The crypto gods have shined down on us and are returning the gains. However, we still have the problem with Evergrande. So I didn't make an update yesterday, and I totally apologize for that. My day was totally busy. And alcoholic behavior. Actually, I rarely drink. Like I said, the wine has been in my refrigerator for well over a year. So I actually don't drink that much. So no, not alcoholic behavior. Just a casual drink. It's a little full, but casual drink. Anyway, so I live streamed Wednesday, and we were watching the Evergrande fiasco play out during that live stream. And at the very end of that live stream, it was said by a few media outlets that Evergrande had worked up some kind of solution to this, in that they were going to give their bondholders and investors coupons, which I don't even know what that means, because your interest and your payments are already a form of a coupon. Like the interest that you have, that your investors have on your bonds is essentially like a coupon, kind of. So I don't really know what that means exactly, a coupon. The CCP was planning on, sort of bailing them out, the Chinese government, but it doesn't really look like it's going too well. And there was a little bit of news that they were going to bail them out, or they were thinking about it, but I don't think that's the case. And we still have some pretty bad news on this. China asks local officials to prepare for possible storm if Evergrande fails. So in case anybody doesn't know, catch you up on Evergrande. Evergrande is the second largest retail or housing development company in China. They buy a whole bunch of property, they build a whole bunch of things, not just houses, but skyscrapers, stadiums, whatnot. They're worth about $30 billion market cap, but they owe $300 billion, and a lot of that money was owed this week. So they were basically going to default on their payments, and supposedly they came up with a solution to give their investors coupons, which I don't know what that means exactly. Like, that's basically like if I owed you money, and you came up to me and you're like, MrSotko, you owe me $100. Please give me my $100, or I'm going to give you a right to the stomach. You know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa, wait. I know how to fix this. I'll give you a coupon. What? You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? And you're just like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll take a coupon. But it's like an IOU, but I just extended my IOU. So is it like a corporate way of extending my IOU? I don't know. But welcome, everybody. What's your opinion on Hex token and Richard Hart in general? So when Hex first came out, it was a pretty classic, like, functional investment Ponzi scheme. And you have to really... And hey, Meep, what's going on? Meep from Meep Vestments, the largest German cryptocurrency investor in any German-speaking country apart from Austria. Welcome, Meep from Meep Vestments on Twitch. Wow. One of the richest cryptocurrency holders in the planet on Twitch. Thank you for coming. Anyway, so when Hex first came out, I thought of it as a functional Ponzi scheme, in the sense, or pyramid scheme is maybe a little bit more accurate, in the sense that early investors get more, and a lot of that money goes to Richard Hart. So like, basically all of the fees associated with Hex go to one wallet, which is Richard Hart's wallet. So it just makes him unbelievably rich. Okay. So it's functional in the sense that there is no scam behind it. It works, period. It's a smart contract and it works. But I didn't like the idea of all the money going to Richard Hart. Richard Hart is a very well-spoken man. I don't mind Richard Hart as a person. I think a lot of the things he says makes total sense. I would probably have a conversation with Richard Hart. But he blocked me on Twitter. But yeah, so I don't really have that big of a problem with Richard Hart. I just think I have a problem with the functionality of Hex. However, Hex is doing very well, and many of my subscribers and viewers have purchased Hex, and they are doing very well with Hex, and that's totally fine. I never minded any of my investors or any of my viewers investing into Hex, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, this, that, and the other thing. I don't care for those coins, but if you're making money on them, good for you. I applaud you. But just not the biggest fan of Hex personally. But you can't deny, is it on? Yeah. You can't deny the gains. From a mathematical, from a visual standpoint, you cannot deny the gains of Hex. I mean, we started out like less than a penny way back then. It was less than a Satoshi on some exchanges, and now it is 47 cents. So the gains are clear as day, and it works, period. But all the money kind of goes to Richard Hart. So you kind of have to, like, do you care? If you don't care, that's fine. Then invest in Hex. If you do care, do what you want. So that's my opinion on Hex. It works. What is Evergrande? They called me to sign up. It was probably a scam. Well, I don't think that was the same Evergrande. That was to renew your car's warranty. Congratulations. You were selected. You were selected out of everybody in the world to talk about your car's extended warranty. Congratulations. Good job. You would have a heart-to-heart with Richard Hart. I would chat with Richard Hart. Why not? I'd chat with a lot of people in the industry. You know? And I would have to congratulate him on the success of Hex. I would have to. Like, I'm a pragmatic guy. And if I'm like, I don't like this thing, I think it's a scam, and it turns out to not be a scam. And I meant functional scam, because it's not a scam, because nobody just lost all their money, right? It's a functional pyramid. And if you don't mind that, that's totally fine with Hex. Again, I've come around a little bit. I haven't done a total 180. I've done maybe a 90 degree, let's say, on it, in the sense that at first I absolutely hated it, and now I'm like, well, it works, and I have to admit that. You know, I admit faults. I admit if something turned out to be better than I had suspected. Just, you know, HardX got that ledger list because my neighbor got a snail mail Hex offering. No way! You actually got a Hex offering in the mail? Or your neighbor did? Like, you mean to, like, buy Hex, the token, in the mail? Weird. Anyway, so China officials tell the local officials to prepare for a possible storm if Evergrande fails. So Chinese authorities have told local officials to prepare for a potential demise of heavily indebted property. So this company owes $300 billion in debt, and they're only worth like 30 million or something market cap. I can't remember. It might be 30 billion, their market cap. But either way, I think it's 30 billion they're worth. So in no way, shape, or form are they worth how much their debt is. But to be fair, a lot of companies are more in debt than what they're actually worth. And that's okay. I mean, even the average person sometimes is. If you go out and get a $200,000 house loan, do you have $200,000 in your house? like in your bank account. If not, you're in debt more than you're actually worth. And, you know, that's just life, you know what I mean? And you pay off your house and et cetera, et cetera. But if they fail, tons of construction companies, investment firms and stuff go down with them. So local officials described the signals from Chinese authorities as getting ready for the possible storm, and said the government told them they should only step in at the last minute to prevent spillover effects from Evergrande's demise. And the report indicates that the central government may still have a limited appetite for bailing out the company. So they're really not interested in bailing out the company. It seems like the CCP is only interested in bailing out the company if it's going to cause like global implications. And this here says, despite the global implications. Fears about Evergrande not being able to make interest payments have grown in recent weeks and were as one of the causes for market sell-offs on Monday. The company resolved payment on a local bond on Wednesday, helping to boost Asian markets. However, it's unclear if the company will pay interest due Thursday on its offshore bonds. Bloomberg reported Thursday that authorities in Beijing told the company not to default on the dollar-denominated interest payment. So they told the company don't default. You know, like that's easier said than done. Like, hey, don't default. Like if one of you guys were in severe debt and I'm just like, don't do it. Don't be in debt. It's just like, okay, like thanks for the advice, government. Thank you. Like that helps. Jesus, what a mess. Evergrande is a conglomerate company that grew to massive scale amid the debt-fueled building boom in China. The high level of corporate debt has created concern in Beijing, leading to China place restrictions on lending, and that's what caused our Bitcoin crash, if you want to call it that, I suppose. You know, 47 to 48,000 down to 40,000, and now we're on our way back up. The Evergrande stock was at 32 cents when we were doing the previous live stream. Now it's like 35 cents, so people were buying into it. I'm not sure if that's the greatest idea, but people were buying into it, and now prices are coming back up. And we could see ETH coming back up as well. So basically the whole market coming back up. You know, we could get a better view here. Just, you know, in the past 24 hours here, this middle bracket, 3% for Bitcoin, 3.9% for Ethereum, 1.5% for Cardano. 11% for Cosmos for some reason, and Algorand up as well. So everything is sort of just climbing back up after this. However, it's not over at all, and I wonder what the end of this is going to be. Evergrande stock surges as debt deadline passes. It's not in the clear yet. It's crunch time for heavily indebted Evergrande Group. The sprawling Chinese real estate conglomerate faced a critical test on Thursday. Could it meet its obligations to bondholders? Evergrande was due to pay $83.5 million worth of interest on a dollar-denominated bond. It's not clear whether the company made the payment, and it had not commented by the close of trading in Hong Kong. So again, with Chinese news, we never know what's going on. So it's not even clear if they've made the payment. Nobody knows if they made the payment or not. Then they probably didn't. I mean, who doesn't know if they made the payment or not? Like to a bunch of different investors of $83 million, and they just don't know. So that's Chinese news for you guys. That's what causes crypto pumps and dumps for many years now, is that they just don't know. How do you not know if you repaid your interest? Investors have already been rattled by the risk, and the company was scheduled to pay interest on a yuan bond Thursday. It had already reached an agreement with bondholders on that payment. And I heard it was a coupon, which is just, what does that mean? Like, just kicking the can down the road? If you're gonna, if you're kicking the can down the road and you're saying, we'll pay you later, then just say that. A coupon? What does that mean? I mean, a coupon is a discount, you know what I mean? So are they getting a discount? Are they getting more? I don't understand. Coupon. Thank you for the coupon. That's like if you worked for your employer and they're like, we don't have any money to pay for you today, but here's a coupon. What does that mean? You're just not getting paid. That's what that means. They were also not paying their employees, and there was a bit of a protest in front of the building as well, because they just weren't paying their employees. And a lot of the employees, so the company Evergrande asked their employees for friends and family members to help pay. So a lot of these employees went to their family members and asked, can we get some money to help bail out my company? And a lot of them did, but they haven't got their money back. And so they were very angry about that. Will Beijing bail Evergrande out? Real estate accounts for more than 7% of the economy. Some estimates that the number could be much higher if other related industries ranging from construction to material suppliers are included. According to researchers at Berenberg, real estate activities are estimated to account for as much as 29% of China's GDP, and many believe Chinese government will eventually intervene in some capacity, even if a full bailout is unlikely. So we don't expect government actions to help Evergrande unless systemic stability is at risk. A government bailout would undermine the campaign to instill greater financial discipline in the property sector. Instead of a bailout, the analysts expected the government's focus to be guiding Evergrande through an orderly debt restructuring or bankruptcy process, while facilitating negotiations and funding to ensure small investors and home buyers are protected as much as possible. Only if contagion from Evergrande were to cause other large developers to fail would the government step in directly, they added, but they believe the hit to the financial system from Evergrande alone will still be manageable. So yeah, I mean, it seems like the Chinese government is just like, meh, I mean, we might. And some advice would be nice from the Chinese government, but I don't think any advice is going to cover a $300 billion debt. That's the problem. And as you see here, it says it's 7% of the Chinese economy, real estate. But if you add in construction and material suppliers, other investors, and this, that, and the other thing, all that goes into this, I mean, we're talking like plumbers, construction workers, electricians, this, that, and the other thing, material suppliers. Not only the suppliers themselves, but who supplied those materials to the material suppliers. And it could account for as much as 29% of the entire economy. So, very bad, ladies and gentlemen. But, so, everybody, if you have a brand new altcoin or some kind of coin to shill, please shill that altcoin. We'll check out Atom now. And it's supposedly at all-time high here. Yeah, Cosmos, right. Yeah, because it's up like 10% today. $42 all-time high. All-time high was about $43. So yeah, it's pretty much. But if you guys have any new altcoins to shill, let me check them out. The Returneth, yeah, Meep. Meep, what's going on, man? Your way. How's Meep Vestments doing? How's Dyna Online Countdown? All aboard the Sotko train, like and share the videos, guys. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Yeah, if you feel the hype, press the like. I like it. I like it, Christian. Did you mean to rhyme there? Only shitcoins in your BSC wallet. Isn't that kind of BSC wallet's MO, though? A whole bunch of shitcoins. You bought some H-bar and ADA. Well, I know what ADA is, but I don't know what H-bar is. Oh, Hedera. Okay, yeah. I didn't know the ticker for it. Let's see. Hedera, kind of down, but not too bad, and kind of coming back up. And it also kind of got wrecked a little bit with the whole market there a few days back. But it's on its way back. I suppose it depends on where you bought it, if this was big gains for you or not. But ADA, yeah, let's see what ADA's at. 227. But we did have a higher. I think we were nearly $3, weren't we? Yeah, a little over $3. And we have those smart contracts out yet, but so far it is not helping ADA, which is surprising because there's a lot of volume and stuff. But a lot of those smart contracts, admittedly, are time locked, so it doesn't. It's not really particularly relevant yet until those are all unlocked and needing liquidity and stuff like that. Can VET get back above 25 cent this year? I don't know. If we had a major market rally, we would, but I think by itself, no. I don't believe so. Again, I'd like to be wrong about that, because I do like VeChain. I think it's a great idea, and they also have probably, if I had to guess without any information behind it, I would say that VeChain probably has the most partnerships in the entire crypto industry. And it doesn't really seem to be helping the price that much. But it's still true. I believe they have the most partnerships in the industry. I mean, they got a lot of them. And some of them are real small, some of them are, large, but for the most part, I enjoy VeChain. I think it's a great idea, like the supply chain management, but it's really just not affecting the price very much. So 10 cents to 25, I kind of doubt it. If we had a major market rally like Bitcoin to 60,000, Bitcoin to 64, 65,000 again, it could be 25 cents. But without that, it's just not going to happen. Energy coin, huh? I made a video about energy coin a long time ago. I worked with energy coin, and I think they've got a great idea as well, but for the most part, not much going on with energy coin. I know that they did come out with an energy coin like DeFi, where you can use energy coin to buy other coins direct, like Energy World. And they have DeFi. They have Energy Swap. That's what it's called. So they have Energy Swap, and you have to set up your stuff, but I haven't used energy coin in a long time. But I used to stake energy coin. I was staking energy coin when it was $2 or $3, and I had a whole bunch of it. I think it was like a few $1,000s in energy coin when it was $3. And then I moved from Phoenix, Arizona to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And on the way there, it went to $9, like $10, and then I sold it. So I made quite a bit on energy coin. I made a good little chunk of change on energy coin. It was quite convenient that I was like moving at the time. Like I was literally driving a 26-foot long Penske truck. It might have been 24 feet. I think 26. I'm not sure. Anyway, I was driving the largest Penske truck across the nation from Phoenix to Pittsburgh, which is basically almost the entire length of the United States. Suppose you could go a little bit farther, but it's quite the stretch indeed. It takes a few days because you have to sleep and whatnot. But I made that drive, and while I was driving, it went to $9. So I thank that, because I think if I was at home with my computer and whatnot, and energy coin went to like $6, I might have sold. I doubled my money, so I'm going to sell. But instead, I couldn't, because I didn't have any access to, like, any exchanges or my computer, because it was all, like, packed up. And so when I got to a hotel in Pittsburgh, I opened up my laptop and stuff and got on exchanges. I went on KuCoin, and I ended up selling it. So I sold it at, like, almost the all-time high, and that was exactly right here. So I started moving about right here in June, and by the time I got to Pittsburgh, it was like $9, something like that. I can't remember the exact date, but I remember buying in at $2 or $3, and then it went to $9 or $10. You know what's interesting about energy coin is that if you go onto a job website like Indeed, energy coin is hiring people, like employees. I thought about applying for them just so that I could work with energy coin and, I don't know, make extra money. Because I figured it'd be pretty easy. Because all they wanted you to do is test liquidity and like all this different stuff, like things that would be pretty easy for somebody who's been in crypto for a while. I can't remember what all the requirements were, but they were hiring employees for energy coin. Because I remember like going through and like looking, because sometimes I do look like just for fun, like to see who's hiring in the crypto industry. Like I'll go on a job website and I'll type in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, and there's a ton of jobs. There really is. And I was scrolling through one day, it was a couple months back, and I was scrolling down, I was scrolling through, and I seen energy. And I was like, I know what that is. Like that's fucking energy coin. And I clicked on it, sure as shit, it was energy coin. I don't know. I don't know. I should have. I wonder if it's still there. Let me see. Just for shits and gigs here. I don't think so. I don't think it's there anymore. Yeah, sure is. Sure is. Second here. What's my playlist? I'm listening to space lo-fi hip-hop, which I have no idea how this is hip-hop in any way, shape, or form, but it's a copyright-free space tunes. It sounds good. It's good background music. Energy coin is the next proof of stake. So they actually put this back on, because I seen this a while ago. Apparently nobody's applying for this. Community moderator, a community support representative, impact team lead, proposal analyst, a content writer, a QA engineer, a crypto moon gem hunter. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's to find good coins that they can put on their DeFi. But this one, community moderator, obviously we kind of can know what this is. Moderate chat and social media posts, etc., etc. I'm sure it doesn't pay that much, but a community support representative, team lead, just random stuff. Like, so this stuff exists. Like, if you guys want to find something in cryptocurrency, I don't know if you'll get paid a lot. I can't vouch for that. But like jobs in cryptocurrency exist, and they're starting to explode. Flatbed and bulk class driver, energy transport. Okay, so that's not the same thing. Financial statistician, Energy Core Limited. Yeah, so like they exist. They totally exist. Yo, what's up? Hey, how are you doing? Apply, man. You're a useful asset, but I'm just inflating your ego. Get me a job. Apply. I don't know. I was going to tell you. Maybe I will apply. I don't know. I don't think it'll. I'm not sure if it's even worthwhile. I don't know how much this is paying. I think they pay partly in energy coin and like half and half. Essential requirements: bachelor's in marketing, 5 years nonprofit experience. I think they pay you half and half. I think they partially pay you so receive a salary paid in a combination of Bitcoin and energy. So yeah, they pay you exclusively in Bitcoin and energy. So it can't be that much. It's not like you're gonna make $50,000 doing this to be, a community moderator. See, Bitcoin and energy. Thought it was interesting. My muscles are so big they overcome my drunkenness and arrogance and your arrogance in a bar fight. Apply, man. Give me a job. People georegi on their ego until they find no more food source. I think wow steals a lot of my friends from real world, but gives them perspective when I get them drunk enough. What? Ethereum is better than Bitcoin in my point of view. Uses proof of stake for many operations like NFT, crypto, art, gas money too. Yeah, well, the proof of stake right now is it's not. I don't believe it's processing any transactions at the moment via proof of stake. They're just setting up the network and setting up different sharded networks all across the globe. And I don't think it actually processes transactions yet until it goes full proof of stake, if I'm not mistaken. But I agree with you. I believe that Ethereum is more useful than Bitcoin as well. I mean, look at all the tokens. Like every token you've ever bought, every contract that you've ever interacted with, MetaMask, every DeFi platform out there, gorge, feast upon. Yeah, I get you. All Ethereum, right? All Ethereum. Almost every contract, DeFi platform token is almost all Ethereum. Now it's starting to get a little bit more competitive. Like today, it's starting to get a little bit more competitive, right? Now there's some DeFi on other platforms. But just before that, even just a few months ago, there was basically no other DeFi. It was all Ethereum. Every token you buy, everything is almost all Ethereum. Proof of stake doesn't scale ETH. Sharding and second layer do. That's not, I don't think so, man. Cause like the proof of stake is the sharding. That's why it's exactly 32 ETH per node, and every node is its own little sharded group. And so everybody that's running a node all across the world is its own sharded group. And so those will all process transactions individually depending on who's interacting with it. But I agree. I mean, second layers definitely increase scale. But for the most part, second layers are underutilized a lot. I would suggest to make all to make 20% in 2 months is Ethereum. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I agree with you. Like, Ethereum is more useful than Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and it's the brand name. It's always going to be around. It's the longest. It's the most valuable. I'm not bashing on Bitcoin at all, but in terms of usefulness, yeah, I mean, sharding isn't launching for 1 to 2 years, but that's what the process of the proof of stake is doing right now, is creating sharding networks. It's just no transactions are really being actually utilized on the proof of stake side. They're just constructing it now and having everybody put in their Ethereum for when it's ready. So I agree with you on there too, in that it's probably not going to be around for a little while, but either is full proof of stake either. I mean, we don't know when it's actually going to come out. I've heard different things. I've heard that Vitalik Buterin wants it done before the end of the year, full proof of stake, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, the Ethereum development team is insanely slow. I mean, to make good stuff, you need a long time, you know, that much I will say, but when you're the Ethereum Foundation and you have essentially billions of dollars worth of Ethereum, that you could hire developers and, you know, move this along a little bit, I feel like they're developing extremely slow compared to how much money they have. And again, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying this process is easy. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm just going to come in there and get the job done for them. But, I mean, when you have billions of dollars and you're developing this slow, I mean, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing every day? What proof of stake have to do with blockchain encrypted anonymous transactions? What does it not have to do with blockchain encrypted anonymous transactions? I mean, what do you mean? I mean, I think it's an irrelevant question for what we're talking about here. I don't mean to I don't mean to be rude or anything. It's just, I mean, what does it have to do with it? I mean, everything. I mean, what, you know, for that, I think a counter question to you when you say that is, what does proof of work have to do with blockchain encrypted anonymous transactions? I mean, everything. I mean, that's what it is. Another question, do you think we're going to see an Algorand season similar to Solana? Yeah, I mean, maybe, because there's a lot of people talking and like hyping up Algorand. Like, if you go on to some forums and stuff like that, how close is it to the blockchain proof of stake? You mean how close is it to being released? Because it is the blockchain. It's just like right now, it's just not really functional. It, like, everyone's pouring Ethereum into nodes, and then those nodes are eventually going to be all of the sharded nodes. But right now, they don't really work so good. They're almost like separate from Ethereum at the moment, and then it'll merge later and then kick out proof of work. So right now, the proof of stake on Ethereum doesn't really do anything. It just doesn't right now. Like, when you make a node of your 32 ETH, you're making a sharded network. You're making like your own network, whereas all of the current proof of work nodes are all like one network. I mean, it's a little complicated, and I suppose you might need an Ethereum developer to really really hash that out for you a little bit better. But right now, like proof of stake is sort of irrelevant until it becomes relevant. If that makes any sense. Like all the 30, because you need 32 exactly ETH per node. And that's for a very specific reason. So that it's enough Ethereum to process all the transactions itself that are around it. So there'll be these little sharded networks, so each one will be able to process faster than if you were to send out all of the data to all of the nodes at once. Because right now, like the way crypto works is I make a transaction and all the nodes agree. All the nodes agree, yes, that was a good hash. Move forth all the transactions, and then all the nodes in the world go, yeah, that was a real transaction, and then it goes through, minus a little bit of lag, like some agree before others agree, but for the most part, once there's a majority consensus that a transaction was legitimate, they all agree once it makes it to all of them. So there's a little bit of computer science, a little bit of physics involved in it, in the sense that, like, if I make a transaction, my local nodes will see it before a node in Russia does. And that's kind of a problem with cryptocurrency. That is a problem that people have to get around, because if something agrees on a bad thing before all of them agree. So, but right now with proof of stake, it's just, yeah. But anyway, back to Algorand. So Algorand, there's a lot of hype about it right now. I think it might have a good rally to it. And it kind of is. I mean, it kind of did. Right now it's like a little sleeping giant kind of deal. But for the most part, there is a lot of talk about Algorand. Like if you go on to like cryptocurrency Reddit or something, and it's like, what are you guys investing in or something like that, like some kind of post, and a lot of people will mention algo. So that kind of gives you an idea of how popular it is, I suppose. So we'll have to see. I mean, it's really hard for me to say, like, yeah, it's gonna have a season, and then 2 days later it just dumps in price and nobody talks about it again. But when proof of stake launches, I wonder what all of the accumulated rewards for it hitting the network all at once will do to the price. There will be a savage decrease in price that day, because right now, all of the Ethereum that you're putting into a node and to the proof of stake network, that's locked. That's locked. All of it is locked until, I mean, there's millions and millions of ETH. I'm not sure what the address is up to right now. It's probably 5 or 6 million ETH. So the day that it goes out, there's going to be a lot of people that will keep it and will continue to get rewards. Because if you keep your ETH in your nodes, the day that all of that ETH 2.0 gets released, because right now it's stuck, and then in a year, let's call it a year, I don't know when it's going to come out, you'll be able to access that Ethereum, and it'll go back to you. And you'll be able to put it on an exchange and sell it if you wanted to. Right now, you can't. So there's going to be half people are going to say, okay, I'm going to keep my ETH. And that's a pretty good idea, because if half the people sell their ETH that's locked up right now, you're going to get more rewards, because the rewards are based on how much ETH is actually being staked. So if less ETH is being staked, you're getting more of the rewards. And if more ETH is being staked, you're getting less of those rewards. So the people that stay are going to get pretty good rewards. And then the other half of people are going to be like, you know what? I bought ETH at $300, $400, $500, maybe $1,000, and then I staked it. And now look at it, it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? Whatever the price is at the time, I'm assuming $3,000 to $5,000, somewhere around there. Maybe it's more, who knows? Are you going to sell? A lot of people will, because they'll get 4 or 5 times their gains, and they're all going to sell their Ethereum because it's going to be worth a lot of money then. Plus, they're getting rewards, so they're not only getting Ethereum that's 4 or 5 times more in its value, but they're also getting those 5 to 10% rewards that they held for over a year. So now they have even more Ethereum than they did before. So they have more Ethereum, and it's worth more. So half the people are going to sell, half the people are probably going to keep their Ethereum staked. So there's going to be a savage drop in the price of Ethereum when it all unlocks. It'll come back, and it might come back pretty fast, but there's going to be a big drop because a lot of people are going to sell. And I don't blame them. If you bought Ethereum at $1,000 and you bought a shitload of it and you staked it, and now you wait a year, maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. Now you got 5 or 10% AP, interest on it. So now you have tons more ETH, and it's worth 4 or 5 times more than you actually paid for it. That's a pretty big deal. That's a good deal, So I'm sorry, Sotko, I'm drunk again, nearly 24 hours later from waking, but you rule according to me. All right, man. That's all right. Exactly. Plus, all the nodes are earning rewards while they sit. So let's say you staked, 96 ETH. You made 3 nodes, and you get 10% total rewards over the year and a half that you've been staking it. So what is that? That's like, let's call it 9 more ETH. Now that doesn't seem like a lot. 96 ETH you started with for $96,000, and now you got 9 more ETH. Well, that doesn't seem like a lot, but now that $96,000 is 4 times more, because Ethereum is now at $3,000 or $4,000 by the time you unlock it, plus 9 extra ETH at $3,000 or $4,000. So an additional $40,000, maybe 45, maybe close to $50,000 extra. So a lot of people are going to sell. I mean, it's just, and so when we see that, we're going to see a big dump in the price of Ethereum, and I think it'll snap back real fast. I don't think it'll be anything too crazy. But yeah, there will be a dump off. It's just like Hex. I mean, like the first time that Hex unlocked, there was a big dump. There was a huge dump, and people bought the dip, but there was a big dump. I remember like the first time Hex unlocked, there was a big dump. It's because people had their Hex locked up and all their money locked up for so long, and now it's worth a lot more. So of course they're going to get rid of it, and they're going to sell it off. Now, it would have been better if they held on. I agree with that. It would have been better if they hodled for the long term, and that's why hodling is really great. But, I mean, you can understand why a lot of people sold off, because they bought it for under a penny, and by the time the first unlocking happened, it was like 15 or 16 cents. So they made like 10 times their money, When is F2 unlocking? I don't think anybody knows. I remember Vitalik Buterin during the miner revolt. He wanted it out before the end of the year, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't even think Vitalik Buterin knows when F 2.0 is unlocking. So asking me that, go ask Vitalik Buterin that, because I don't even think he knows. I don't even think the whole Ethereum Foundation has any clue when it's going to unlock. Vitalik was pissed about the miner revolt over EIP 1559 and how all the miners moved all their hash rate to one pool and stuff like that. You remember that fiasco? And Vitalik didn't like that. And he said, well, I'm going to try to get proof of stake out completely by December. And so that's in like, what, a couple months? A few months? But I don't think that's going to happen. That means holding Ethereum a bit longer could make sense. We sell it weeks before the unlock. Yeah. I can't attest to that exactly, but I kind of agree with you, man, that if you hold on to all of your Ethereum, and then know the date, like say it's going to unlock in 20 days, it could be a good idea to sell your Ethereum and then wait for that dumpening to dump 10, 20, 30% and then buy back in. But then you're going to have to hold on to your Ethereum for a whole nother year to get, to get the tax-free in Germany. So it's hard to say. Like, we'll have to see what the market looks like by then. So Meat Investments and Sotko subsidiary LLC will have to make a calculated decision. Although it's not much my decision, it's yours. But still, I'll talk with you about it, I suppose. Although I reckon I'm pretty excited about Sotko funds, if Sotko funds still exist. Because, that ain't a joke, But either way, we don't even have a good F2 test net yet. It'll be a while. Yeah, exactly. Like F2, doesn't work. It's just a sharding network so far. Like they don't like, I don't think Ethereum, I don't think F proof of stake does anything yet. It's just getting ready under the you know, behind the curtains while you're staking. And then when it's done, there will be a transition. It's really complicated. Hey guys, if you hadn't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. Pump up those likes. We're at 32, which is pretty good. It's an interesting point. They do. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that, Meep. We'll talk about that. We'll have to get on Discord and either chat about it or audio chat about it. Something like that. So proof of stake has nothing to do with blockchain and helping it. No. It's just another form of proof of work. Proof of stake is just fine. I know some people don't care for it, but I don't think they. I don't know. I don't think they really know what they're talking about so much. Like proof of stake is just different. And so far it's okay. Like so far I haven't seen any horrible proof of stake disasters, other than maybe like a bug or something in various coins or some shit like that. But I'm not sure that really counts towards the ideology of proof of stake. Hey, Roger Blaze, what's up? Any opinion on Plan B stock to flow model? Oh, you know what? I don't think that that's particularly accurate. The plan, yeah, stock to flow. I know what you're talking about, the Plan B thing. I don't think that's particularly accurate. So, let's see if we can find it. What connection isn't private? What? Is it? Yeah, this is the guy's Plan B model, and it says, like, right at the end of this year, it should be 100. Like, we're not even close to what this is. Like, it says 2021. By the beginning of it, it should be $100,000. Like, I just don't see how this is accurate at all. It's just 2022. It should be 100,000. And we're not. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that Bitcoin will not be 100,000. But I'm not convinced by the Plan B chart. I'm just not. It just says, woo, here we go. You know, stock to flow model is supposed to go all the way up here, but we're not anywhere near $100,000. So I just don't. Will we be? I think so in the future, but I don't know. I'm not convinced personally. Has anyone started using Smart Bitcoin Cash? What is that, dude? Smart Bitcoin Cash? Jeez. Is it like a different coin than Bitcoin Cash? I've never heard of it till just now. So the stream was supposed to start at 5, and I started it a bit early, so we'll have to see here. But yeah, guys, if you want to help the channel, here's one thing you guys can do. Hit that bell button on the subscription. Hit the bell, because if you like all of my videos and you like my live streams and you want to be notified about them, you will not be notified about them if you don't hit that bell. That's not me, that's YouTube. So if you guys want to hit the bell, please, and you'll be notified when videos actually come in. If anything ripping off of NBitcoin with its name, it's probably dodgy. It probably is. Smart Bitcoin Cash. Is it like searchable? But it follows it sort of. Kind of. It just, eh. It's just kind of, I mean, a little bit because of the halvings. See, there's the 2024 halving. So it assumes it'll be over $1 million in 2024. And I'm just not so sure about that. I mean, even right now, we're close to, and this says we should be at 100,000 according to the stock to flow. This is the time model. The time model seems more accurate than that, just as an average of the ups and downs. Whereas the stock to flow is just way more unrealistic. Like, according to this, we should be $100,000 until 2024, where we just go up to $1 million. And I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I'm a fan of what it says, that it's going to be $1 million in 2024. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of that hopium, but I just don't think it's entirely accurate. I mean, the only thing accurate about it is that it shows all the halvings and the price increases of it. Whereas the time model shows a bit more of an average. And I like that a little bit better. Like, so instead of just jumping from $10,000 to $100,000 like the stock to flow model does, the time model shows it just slowly going up. And you can see these big ups and downs below the time model. So the time model is more of just like an average of the in-between. And I like that better. So over $100,000 by 2028, I feel is more realistic. Well, this is more like, what is that? Like 400,000, maybe $500,000, halfway in between there. I think that's more realistic than just immediately shooting up to $1 million. You know what I mean? Like the stock to flow model is just a little bit too unrealistically jumpy. Sounds like it can pump if you just add Shiba. Woo! That Shiba Inu. Them Vitalik selling them gains. Do you know if Ravencoin will be the most profitable to mine in the future? Ethereum just seems to be the best at the moment, but my software just mines whatever's most profitable, so I don't care. Yeah, if you're using a software that, like a smart software that switches the algorithm up, I wouldn't really worry about it so much. But if you're an individual miner, yeah, probably. So once proof of work goes away with Ethereum, where's all that hash rate going to go? Everyone's going to have to stop hashing. I mean, even a friend of mine was mining and had a big farm. And, you know, they were all 4 gigabyte cards. And he had to stop mining. Although you can put some software on them to make them mine slower. But the DAG file of Ethereum is 4 gigabytes. It's beyond 4 gigabytes now, so you can't do it with a 4 gigabyte card. However, like I said, you can use some software to mine slower. So again, I mean, that doesn't have too much to do with what I'm saying here. I'm just trying to get an anecdote out here. And when proof of work goes away, everyone's going to have to take those graphics cards and mine something else. So that something else is either going to be Ethereum Classic, because at times Ethereum Classic is pretty profitable. In fact, it's usually one of the most profitable. It's up there. Or Ravencoin will be one of the top. So Ergo is pretty high up there right now. I don't even know what does Ergo even do? Ergo is flexible blockchain protocol. Ergo is designed for developing decentralized apps. So okay, a dApp coin, right? And then we always have Ravencoin up here. Ravencoin has been at the top, somewhere at the top, for I don't know, like 3 years now, basically. And Ethereum Classic has also been at the top. So all of this hash rate is going to go to, you know, either this, Ravencoin, or Ethereum Classic. So I don't think that's going to go away. So it's just going to shift. Like Ergo would be at the top right now. Ethash wouldn't be here. Ravencoin would be close to the top, you know, in terms of like And I think Ethereum moving towards proof of stake instead of proof of work will be good for the industry as a whole. Because imagine all this hash rate. Because, like, for example, like these other coins down here, they can get 51% attacked. I mean, even Ethereum Classic, look at all this hash rate on Ethereum Classic. And it still gets 51% attacked. You know, it's nowhere near Ethereum's. You can see here just by looking at the numbers, it's not even close. So by spreading out this hash rate to these other coins will provide better security for the entire ecosystem. So I think it's a good thing. Because, you know, 860 million hashes a second. So basically 658 terahash per second would go into this. So Ethereum's hash rate is 658 terahash, whereas Ethereum Classic is only 24 terahash. Not even close. It's off by like a factor of 10, 20, nearly 30. Like a factor of like 25. By the way, is your neighbor invested in crypto after your explanation? No, I don't think I have any neighbors that are investing into crypto. And if you mean my old neighbor in Arizona, that guy was like 55 or 60, and he didn't want anything to do with an explanation of crypto. Like, he told me to shut up. Like, we were pretty good friends. Like, we liked each other. Like, you know, we helped each other out a lot. In fact, I helped sell a lot of stuff for him. Because he had like an old truck and a camper and stuff like that. And he's like, I need to get this sold, you know? And I'm like, you ever try like Craigslist? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't know how to do that stuff. I don't have a computer. And I'm like, dude, I can sell this for you on Craigslist in like 5 minutes. Like, let me take some pictures for you. Like, I did it for free. I think he ended up giving me some money though. I can't remember. I think he gave me $100 when his truck sold. I didn't ask for any money, but like he had this 1950s truck, this beautiful old truck, and he's like, you know, I want to get it sold. I'm like, you know, you could sell this on Craigslist like immediately. He's like, I don't know how to do that stuff. I'm like, I can do that for you. He's like, no, I don't want you to have to do that work. I'm like, it would take me like 7 minutes to post this on Craigslist. You realize that, right? Just give me a list of everything that's in it. Like, I didn't know about the truck. Like, what's the year? What's the engine? What's the mileage? What's the, you know, the what is souped up with it? What's wrong with it? You know what I mean? And yeah, it sold within days. And then he has this big camper, and he's like, yeah, I want to sell this too. I'm like, dude, I can sell you that on Craigslist. And it sold within like a week or something. So I was helping him out. You know, he's an older guy. He didn't have internet. He didn't know nothing about that shit. And when I tried to tell him about Bitcoin, like, you could see it on his face that he's just disgusted with the information coming at him. And he's like, just stop. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what any of that is. And I was trying to explain it. You know me. Like, I can explain something in a very easy way. I don't know if I'm the best at it, but I can explain things in very easy ways. And he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. He's like, what do you do? You know, and I told him all what I do and stuff. And he's like, I don't know what that is. He's like, that blows my mind. I have no idea what that is. So yeah, some people out there, man, they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want nothing. They're good with their fiat dollars. They're good to go. They're fine. His name was Andy. He was a big guy. He kind of looked like a little bit like John Madden, a little bit. He kind of looked like he was from Brooklyn, but he wasn't. Like, he kind of looked like if he was like, forget about it, you'd be like, oh, that was perfect. But he wasn't. He kind of looked Bostonian, like almost a little bit like John Madden, a little bit, just a little bit. Kind of had that stocky white hair, kind of big face, a little bit like John Madden. Hello, what's up, Keeney? How are you? Also, if you guys want to support the channel too, hit the member button, hit the join button. There's a little join button down below the video. You can become a member. It's like $2.99, $3.99. I don't even remember what it is. And you can become a member of the channel. You can help it out. You get a Cool Beans badge. I appreciate you. If not, don't worry about it. John Madden 95 was a sick game. I think I played that. I used to have that on Sega. And it was like my dad's game, and he gave it to me, like Sega. And I had John Madden like 95 or 96, something like that, for Sega Genesis. And I remember my dad's friend coming over, because my parents were divorced when I was a young kid. And so I went to my dad's house one day and I brought my Sega Genesis, including John Madden and some other games. And my dad's friend came over and he's like, can I play too? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like, here's how you do it and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, okay. And like, when we started playing, he beat me so brutally. I mean, I was like 8 years old, right? But he beat me so brutally. I mean, it was jaw dropping, like how unbelievable this guy was at John Madden for Sega Genesis. And it turns out my dad was like, yeah, that's his game. He gave that to you. And I didn't know. Like, 'cause like my dad just gave me the game. But like my dad's friend gave it to my dad to give to me. And he was incredible at it. He was incredible at John Madden, Sega Genesis. Madden 95, let me see. I'll probably know by the look of it. Yeah, that was it. I believe that was it. Let me see. Maybe 96. No, I believe it was 95. I remember the music too. Yeah, dude. I remember it. I remember it to this day. And that was the game. And I played it and I was teaching this guy how to play John Madden. Because I assumed he was an old dude and he didn't know how to play it, right? As a kid, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, this is, the buttons and here's what you do to... And he's like, oh, yeah, like pretending. And then he would just like throw these big nasty passes and just, I mean, I was overwhelmed. Like it wasn't even close. It was like a blind person playing against a professional. It wasn't even close. And turns out it was his game. And he gave it to my dad to give to me as a kid. And I had no idea. John Madden, yeah. And the guy, yeah, and my neighbor kind of looked like John Madden a little bit. Like a little bit. I'm not sure. Like maybe there's a different celebrity or something I could tie him to, but it kind of looked like John Madden. He was a good guy. He was weird. He was kind of strange. He was a bit of a hothead, but he was a good guy. He was cool. And like when I first moved in next to him, he had a big double wide, glorious double wide, big fucking house, like big double wide trailer. Like one of those permanent affixed ones. His could actually be moved out, but it was Arizona. So like a lot of people lived in double wide trailers there. It's just like in Arizona, you just do. You either live in a stucco house or you live in a double wide trailer. It's just like, that's Arizona. And he lived in this double wide trailer and I moved in next to him. And I remember one of the first things we were talking about was that he was way behind on his mortgage. And that like when he bought it, it was like $100,000 or something, or, something like that. And he still owes, like now because of the interest, like $100,000. And so you're like 34, 35? Yeah, I'm 35. You guessed it. And so I was like, I don't know, I was like 8 or 10 or something at the time. I can't remember. I mean, I was born in 85, so maybe I was 10. I'm not sure. Like, it was so long ago. Like, you can't expect me to remember the exact date of when it happened, but I remember it. It was funny. And he moved in next to me, or I moved in next to him, and he told me that he still owes like $100,000 on this house because of the interest, because the bank is going to take it. And he's like, I'm not paying him. I'm not making a single payment. He's like, they can come and get it. He's like, what do you think will happen? And I was like, bro, dude, I don't know. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what could happen to you. Like, they might just keep fucking with you until eventually they come and take it, or they might not come and take it at all because it's, so expensive to do that. And I remember like 4, 5, 6 months later, they came and take his house. They took his home. They took it. And he was like, fuck it. He's like, I wanted him to take it. I didn't want to pay it anymore. And so he went and bought a big shed. And like, when I'm talking big shed, I'm talking big fucking shed. Like the ceiling was like 15 feet. Like it was bigger than my ceiling in my house. It was huge. It was like a cathedral ceiling. Like when you go in there and look up, you're like, holy shit. Like it's like 20 feet high. He bought it. He bought it. And it had like 2 upper deck attic areas. And he lived in it. He's like, fuck it. He just threw an AC in it. Made a bathroom. Lives in it. I wonder if the guy still lives there. I wonder if it's still there. I want to look on maps. Let's see. Let's see if he's still. I haven't checked in on this dude in a long time. He was quite the character. He was an interesting guy. Oh no, Google Earth still shows him with his house there. Yeah. So that's an old photo. But the photo isn't old enough that my motorcycle isn't there, so I was living here at the time. So yeah, my motorcycle's still in the driveway. My old motorcycle. Yeah, he's still there. Probably. Like, he owned the land. Like, that land was his. Like, his lot. Anyway. Yeah, good old Madden 95. That's the days. That's the days, boys. Madden 95. I wonder if there's, like, a YouTube video of Madden 95. Probably, huh? I don't want to get copyright, though. There sure is. Why would I even doubt that YouTube doesn't have a bunch of Madden 95 on it? Will the shed be on Google Maps? No, it's not. His house is still there in this photo. So this photo is from February 2018, and his house didn't get taken away till the middle of the summer. So I'm living there in this photo because my motorcycle is outside, but his house is still here, and it shouldn't be. I mean, the photo is just old. That's all. Do you remember the Commodore 64? I never had a Commodore 64, but I know about the Commodore 64. In fact, the Commodore 64, there's some YouTube videos where people go online with it, like, and go to eBay with the Commodore 64. But all it is, you don't get any images or colors, really. You just get text. So you can literally go on the internet today with the Commodore 64, but you're not going to be able to watch videos or anything. Like, all websites would be as basic as they get, and it wouldn't look like this. It would all be text on the side of the screen. And you'd have to click on individual text, and you could still get articles and stuff. There's a YouTube video where somebody went online with the Commodore 64 with a modem. It's like a 28K modem, but you can do it. There's people mining crypto with Commodore 64 too. Yeah, Commodore 64 can do anything. It's programmable to do anything. It's the only limitation is the hardware itself, not the software. I kind of like the Sega Master System. That was a great system. My friend had one, but it barely worked. We would barely able to get it to work. But Sega Master System had a lot of great games. It was a powerful machine too, but it just kind of went under the radar, and I don't think many people bought it really, like compared to like Nintendo and stuff like that. Yeah, with something the kid inbuilt into Master System. Yeah, Master System you can do stuff too as well, but Master System had a lot of great games. I liked Perfect Dark on Nintendo 64. You know what? I actually don't think I ever played Perfect Dark. I know Perfect Dark. I get it. Like, I've seen Perfect Dark. It's basically GoldenEye. It's basically like the GoldenEye engine. Just like advanced. A lot of people say that Perfect Dark was like a 10 out of 10 game. But so was GoldenEye. I had a secret love for Dreamcast. I never owned a Dreamcast either, but my stepsister's boyfriend owned a Dreamcast when I was like 14. When I was like 14 years old, my mom, when I was about 13 or 14, my mom remarried this guy, and we all moved into this new house together. And at the time, my stepsister was having a baby, and she had a baby, and her boyfriend at the time had a Sega Dreamcast, and he brought it over and would play it and stuff. And I was very unimpressed with the Sega Dreamcast. The games on Sega Dreamcast just, it just wasn't good. Like the Sega one where you'd run around the city and stuff, that was a terrible game. He had this like roller coaster game where you'd build the roller coaster and you'd like virtually ride it. And that was terrible. I think one of the only few good games on Dreamcast, he didn't have this one, but was Shenmue. Shenmue was pretty incredible for its time. But I remember Dreamcast, like you could play Unreal Online with it. Like it had a modem in it, and you could go on. You could go online and play Unreal Tournament, stuff like that, Quake and whatnot. I never had a Dreamcast, moved on to PS1. Well, PS1 was before Dreamcast. So you mean like moved on to PS2? Soul Calibur. Oh, Soul Calibur was amazing. Yes, but admittedly, Soul Calibur was also on GameCube, I think, and PlayStation 2. It's just that Dreamcast came first. Dreamcast was out before PlayStation 2 and GameCube. GameCube was incredible. GameCube was an incredible game. Console. It was super powerful. Like if you've ever played Resident Evil Remake on GameCube, it was so far ahead of its time, I couldn't believe it. Like look at the graphics of GameCube Resident Evil Remake. Unbelievable. Like it had an NVIDIA graphics card in it in the GameCube. PlayStation 2, of course, one of the greatest systems of all time. I never owned a PlayStation 2 either. I did have a GameCube. It was about that time when I got a PC as a kid, and I just never went back to consoles. Like, once you have a PC, you just never go back to consoles, in my opinion. It's just the games on PC were the games that I wanted to play. StarCraft, Diablo, Warcraft, etc., etc. And those games were simply not on consoles, except for StarCraft 64, which was kind of a pain in the ass to play because it was very slow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just shared the live stream on Twitter. So if you guys feel like it, click on that and join me. Click on that and hit the like button. You know, maybe get it going a little bit more. Diablo 2 Resurrected has been set for September 23rd. Yeah, I was going to buy that today. I haven't bought it yet. Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast, never played it because the shop owner played constantly. Yeah, I remember Crazy Taxi a little bit. Great to see me back again. Thank you. Please hit the bell button on your subscription, on my subscription status. Click the subscription bell, and that way you'll get notifications. Because Mr. Magnuson, I've been back for a week and a half, I think. And that's okay that you've missed some. But maybe YouTube just isn't getting you those notifications. Click on that bell. You gotta ring it. Otherwise, YouTube is just not gonna notify you, because for fun. From Beth Jazos to you, Roger Blaze. Let's see. We got any good news? Cointelegraph Consulting. How Avalanche is reimagining DeFi. Well, that sounds like a sponsored article. Twitter launches crypto tipping for all users. Do they really? Since when? Social media giant Twitter will be enabling cryptocurrency options to its tipping jar, allow any user to pay through the platform. Twitter staff product said that crypto tips would be available for all iOS users globally, and the platform plans to roll out options for Android. Okay, so no wonder I haven't seen that, because it's only iOS. I do not have an iPhone. What's your thoughts on Agix? We'll take a look. But I do got to take a quick break, though. Singularity Net, huh? We'll take a look at this. I do have to take a quick break. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. If you guys want to click that Twitter link I sent you, please do so. And click the heart button or follow me if you have yet to follow me on Twitter. I am on Twitter. I'm live on Twitch as well. Click the like button if you would, please. We're at 49 likes. You know, let's see where we can get that at. And also, if you haven't, and you would like to, click the subscription bell so that you get direct notifications when I upload a video. Otherwise, you're just going to have to guess when I uploaded a video, and guessing isn't fun. But I'll be right back in 2 or 3 minutes. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm doing my part, Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? I clicked the like and the retweet. I appreciate that. Not necessary, just the option is there. Sega Soccer Slam on GameCube. I don't remember that one. I used to have, on GameCube, I used to have Resident Evil Remaster, or the remake. I had Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. I had Smash Brothers Melee. I had one of the worst games I've ever played. It was Final Fantasy The Crystal Chronicles. Oh my god, that game was awful. I played that game for like 15 minutes. It was one of the worst games I've ever played. Terrible game. Absolutely garbage. Because I thought it was a Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? Because I liked Final Fantasy 7, 8, shit like that. And then Crystal Chronicles, like I bought it, and it was nothing even remotely like a Final Fantasy game. It was absolute trash. Absolute one of the worst games I've ever played. Aside from Magic the Gathering for Sony PlayStation. That has to be one of the worst I've ever played as well. So Singularity Net. Let's check it out. Let's see what the description is. Singularity Net, decentralized marketplace for artificial intelligence, the business of value of AI. However, there's a significant gap between the people developing AI tools and the businesses that want to use them. So it's an AI marketplace, huh? Visit the marketplace. Deepfakes. Real-time voice cloning. Oh, this sounds like a disaster. Emotion recognition. Gene annotation. Language detection. Super resolution. I only say disaster just because the fakes, the deep fakes and the voice cloning were a little bit of trouble back in the day. Like it was like a year ago that those were kind of causing some trouble, especially with like the deep fake. Like there was like deep fake porn or something, and it was like putting like celebrities into it, and it was basically impossible to tell the difference. It was Ajax created the conversion, took from ERC20 tokens to ADA. So are they an ERC20 or are they ADA? Or is it just like both? I see. Yeah, they can record your voice and clone it. Boy, that would be easy for me. I could just create an AI voice of myself and then just do news articles with it and nobody would know the difference. I'm just like, I'm off camera today. Let that AI run it for me. And then upload the video for me. It looks okay. What are we looking at with the price here? Let's look at it from the beginning. Oh wow. It came in 2018. I see, yeah. January of 2018 as well. So it's like 72 cents, nearly $1. And then just absolutely died to a cent. So, well, if you bought here, that's okay, but... yeah, I'm not sure it's the best investment, though, like looking at these prices. It seems up and down a lot, maybe easy to day trade, but for the most part, I mean, if you had bought in 2019 or something like that, then you'd be pretty golden, but for the most part now, I don't know. AI's taken over. Yeah, it sure is. I only got to the second disc on Final Fantasy VII. There's people that speed run Final Fantasy. There's people that speed run every game out there. Best long-term solid one I found. Yeah, I suppose. Like I said, it matters greatly when you bought in. Boy, like if you bought it at 80 cents, you are out and about right now. Burn rate of Ethereum is not very high right now. Yeah, I kind of want to buy Diablo 2 Remaster and play it. Not sure if I have time right now, though. I got to do some stuff after the live stream as well, but for the most part, I had a some free time. Still holding your plans at 10-year hold? Yeah, that's fine. Maybe it'll be pretty good. Got in at Solana at 6 cents. What's Solana at now? I can't remember. $148. What's my favorite holds in crypto? I still think Ethereum. I still believe that ADA has a lot of potential once all of these like smart contracts unlock, because they're all like locked right now. But still, I'm still always big on Ethereum. I think Ethereum is just like the number one in terms of like smaller coins, Chainlink. I do like VeChain. I like all their partnerships. So far, obviously, it's really not helping the price, but I can't appreciate all of the partnerships. Chainlink, VeChain. Solana's looking good, but I definitely don't like the idea that they went under for that long. That's not good at all. But yeah, Ethereum. I still say Ethereum has a lot of potential. I still think Ethereum is very underpriced, because if you can make a smart contract for like $50 and then have that token or smart contract go below to $1 billion, well, then you underpaid for what you just purchased. VeChain is your favorite too, yeah. You're playing Factorio at the moment. Yeah, I've never played Factorio, but I do like RimWorld. I play RimWorld from time to time. I played Diablo 2 Resurrected during the beta, and it was the same game. It was better because when you walk over gold, it automatically picks it up, and you have a bigger stash, and you also have a shared stash. So you have this big stash now instead of this small one, and your stash is shared. So you have these like 4 or 5 shared tabs. So like, let's say you find, let's say you're a barbarian, and you find a good bow. Well, before, you used to have to open up a game, then drop it on the ground, have somebody hold that game open, and then leave, get a mule, or get a different character and go and pick it up. Or if you wanted to store a bunch of gems or runes or something like that in Diablo 2, you had to get a mule. So you had to make a level 1 character and then just join a game that was hosted by a friend and then pick it up. But now there's a shared tab. So let's say I find a really good bow, and I can put it in the shared tab, and then I can just make an Amazon and then log in and then pick up the bow. So I don't have to have a mule anymore. Do I recommend Diablo 2? Yes. Diablo 2 is one of the greatest games ever made. Period. Diablo 2 is one of the best games there has ever been made. Period. Like, if you had to be in a prison cell for 1 year and you can only have one video game with you, it should probably be Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is one of the best games that has ever graced this earth, period. For so many reasons, for numerous reasons. You could spend a whole year farming on Diablo 2 and you'd still never find all the items. You could spend a lifetime and you'd never find all the different items, runes and whatnot. And you know, there's crafting, so you can craft items and it's sort of random. So you would never be able to craft the same item. You know, rares all have different affixes to them. So the game is very random. So if you played for a whole year, you wouldn't find half of what the game has to offer. But RimWorld is a great game too. RimWorld is a 10 out of 10 game. I think RimWorld mechanically is easily one of the best games ever made too. It's incredible. It's like a 10 out of 10 game. If you've never played RimWorld and you guys like games, or you guys are looking for a new game, try RimWorld. Is the Resurrected out? It should be. It's the 23rd, and it was going to be released today. So it should be out, or maybe they're just waiting till like a very specific time in the day to release it, but it should be out. Let me check.
And
yeah, Resurrected's out. It's out right now. People are playing it on Twitch. Yeah, it's already out. It's like $30, I think. And it has a lot of quality of life improvements. The big stash with shared stash is amazing. So you, anymore, now you have a bigger stash, because that was the problem in Diablo 2. So the problem with Diablo 2 playing it online is that, like, let's say you find a bunch of items, you can't fit them all in your stash. So you had this little box in Diablo 2 that you could put items in that you find randomly throughout the world, and you would run out of room. So what you would have to do is make a level 1 character and name it anything, and it was called a mule. And so you would have a friend host a game, and then you would log online on your mule and then drop items from your mule, or pick up items to your mule and then log out. So you would have all the items on this other character. And then when you wanted those items for a new character or for your existing character, you would have to have a friend host a game, log in with your character, drop the items, bring your mule, pick up the items, or bring your mule, drop the items, and then bring your character and pick up those items off the ground. Now there's a shared stash, and you can click through multiple shared stashes, and you can just put all the items in there now, so you don't have to log out and make mules. Do you remember JTV? Yeah, Justin TV. Yeah, I remember watching football games on Justin TV. Only issue, it's just tedious. I don't know if I would use that word for Diablo 2. Tedious, but I suppose everybody has their own opinion. I wouldn't use tedious for Diablo 2 at all. I don't think I would ever use that. But if it's tedious to you, fair enough. Fine. That's fine. I'm not bashing you. I just, I don't consider it tedious. I mean, there are some games that are tedious, and Diablo 2 I don't think really is tedious necessarily. Yeah, Meep, Ethereum, of course. For the #1 crypto. Yeah, man, used to stream box office movies and stuff. That's how you found Justin TV. Yeah. Yeah, I used to, I remember back in like 2012, maybe 2013, I would log on to justin.tv and like watch like football games. Because at the time I didn't have like TV. Like I didn't have like basic TV where I could just watch a football game. I just had my computer. So if you wanted to watch something, you had to go and like pirate it or something. And Justin TV always hosted shit like that, shit that was on TV and whatnot. Just your perception. Hey, that's totally fine, man. That's totally fine. I mean, there's some games that I would consider tedious that you wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know about tedium. Diablo 2 is great. I don't know how it's tedious, but that's still fun. I still have your original JTV account via Twitch. Yeah, I'm not sure if my account is from JTV or not either. I'm not sure if I ever actually logged into JTV, like as an account. I think I just used to like go and watch whatever was on it. Speaking of Twitch, ladies and gentlemen, maybe I'll play Diablo 2 Resurrected later on Twitch. If you guys have a Twitch account, please click on that link and go over to my Twitch. Watch me on Twitch and YouTube, or one or the other. If you watch me on Twitch, it helps me raise up in the viewer count. And give me a follow on Twitch, because I will probably maybe stream Diablo 2 Resurrected tonight. I'm not sure. I got a few things to do after I quit the live stream today. And I'm going to have to do a couple things, and then maybe I'll log on to Twitch later. I encourage people to join my Twitch. Even if you don't have one, make an account, because sometimes I stream exclusively on Twitch. Sometimes I only game on Twitch. And if you want to continue watching, I also still answer questions and talk to you and you know, yada yada. So you did a proper raid last time though. You eventually got it. You came in and said, I thought I raided you. And I said, nope. Yeah, you have to do it from your page, not on my page. So you have to go to your own Hydroeconomist page and then type in /raid MrSotko or whoever, and then it'll count down and they'll all go to my stream. If you do it on my stream, it won't work. Like if you type it on, like, while watching me. You commented on Twitch username. It should say 2008. Yep, since 2008. You're a Justin TV leftover. Thank you, Flash, for following me on Twitch. Thank you, Icomo, for following me on Twitch. I appreciate you guys. Sometimes I stream exclusively on Twitch, and that's just to like prevent the gaming from being on my YouTube channel, because like people don't like that. Like the people that just want crypto and stuff like that, they don't like it. Diablo 2, it's a grind game. That's the style of game. Yeah, it's kind of a grind game. Like once your character is like really high level, it's all about like kind of grinding like farm spots over and over to like get runes and stuff like that. But fortunately, there's multiple grind spots that are all equally to each other. So, for example, in Diablo 2, items in Diablo 2 only drop if the monster level is appropriate. Okay? So, for example, if you're in Nightmare and you're fighting level 30 monsters, you're not going to drop an Azarath sword because that's like a level 80 weapon. Okay? It can't happen. However, if you're fighting level 80 mobs, they can drop level 1 gear, right? They can drop any unique below them, right? So they don't only drop things within their level, they can drop gear that's below them. So the idea with Diablo 2 is that the highest level area in the game is level 85 areas, okay? And there's only about 10 of them, 15 of them. So, for example, one level 85 area in the game is the pit in Hell. And the pit is located in the Tamo Highlands in Act 1, Hell, on Hell difficulty. It's a level 85. If you step out of the pit and go back to the Tamo Highlands, it's not a level 85 area. But if you step into the pit, it's a level 85 area, and they can drop anything in the game. And there's numerous areas in the game that are level 85. The Mausoleum, the pit, Pindle, I think, is level 85 area. Worldstone Keep level 1, 2, and 3 are both level 80, are all level 85, I believe. There's a few. There's like 15 areas in the game that are level 85. So once you become a really high level character, you specifically want to farm in these very specific areas. For example, another one is the Ancient Tunnels in Act 2. The Ancient Tunnels are in the Lost City, and there's nothing in it, right? Like you go down and it goes to level 2 and you get a box at the end of it, and you're like, there was no boss, there was no quest, anything in there. It's a totally skippable area in the game. But if you go down in there in Hell mode, in the Hell difficulty, it's a level 85 area and it can drop anything in the game. But as soon as you step out of it and you're fighting the monsters outside of it, you don't get the you won't get every item in the game. It'll be several levels below 85. So there's very specific things with Diablo 2 that you have to do and that you have to know about if you really want to do really well in the game. There's a lot of like real specific variables in that game because it's very random and shit. YouTube is tripping. I didn't get notified on my mobile or desktop. Do you have the bell rang, Babylon, on the subscription thing? You have to click that bell. And you also have to have YouTube notifications on as well. So you have to click the button and you have to have new YouTube notifications. If you have YouTube notifications disabled on your phone, you won't get the notification. So you have to click the bell and you have to have YouTube notifications on your phone. And then you'll get a notification direct to your phone as if it was like a text message or something. Hey everybody, what's up, Rockstar? Hi, Icomo equals Ervin. Wee, oh yeah. So yeah, guys, follow me on Twitch. I may be streaming Diablo 2 Resurrected tonight. I'm not sure. I have a few things to do. I might be too busy. If I don't, I'll be on another time. But I do stream randomly on my Twitch. And you'll get a notification if you follow me on Twitch and you have the app on your phone. I've played Diablo 1 and 3 and never did a lot of 2. Oh, 2 is the best one. Diablo 3 sucks. I was a huge, incredibly huge fan of Diablo 2. And then when Diablo 3 came out, me and my friend, which were both incredible fans of Diablo 2, fervorous fans of Diablo 2, we said, this game fucking sucks. Diablo 3 sucks. Even the biggest streamer of Diablo 2 thinks that Diablo 3 sucks. He hates it. He doesn't play it. The biggest streamer. He's got like 27,000 viewers on Twitch right now. Every video he makes gets a lot of views and stuff like that. YouTube, I watch him all the time. And he hates Diablo 3. I hate Diablo 3. It's terrible. It's a terrible game. It's not even close to Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is great. Diablo 3, not so much. Man, it was just so brutal and satanic, Diablo 2. And so Diablo 1 as well. And then Diablo 3 came out and they kiddified it. It was kiddie. It wasn't, you know, like the butcher meat, you know, like what? It's stupid. Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Diablo was a woman, and like they all had these quotes that they said that were terrible. Diablo 2 was straight up satanic, and it was supposed to be because it's Diablo, right? And so was Diablo 1. That was brutal too. But Diablo 3, they just kiddified it. They like teenaged it. Just was so disappointing. It was incredibly disappointing. Let's see if I have a... Ah, man, just...
I had no idea then of the horrors that were...
Just love this game. Diablo 2 is great.
My companion drew in the dank, cold air of the tomb.
This is the resurrected cinematic, so they made them better. I actually haven't watched these yet, so I want to see how they did with the graphics of these, because the old ones were still pretty good.
Seemed to strengthen him. I stood in the doorway between light and dark. What was left of my sanity implored me not to enter. But that voice was just a whisper now. As we worked our way down, deeper and deeper into the crypt.
So far I like his voice better in Diablo 2 original, because I think they got the same voice actor to do this voice, and he had a lot more fear in his voice in the original Diablo 2 cinematic. This sounds slightly different. So far, a little bit negative. I like the graphics though, but his voice in the original Diablo 2 was scared as shit. Like, this guy is supposed to be scared, like super scared, like everywhere he goes. This is just some random person, Marius. Like, if you know the storyline of Diablo 2, Marius is just some dude that was in a bar when it was destroyed by Diablo.
I began to see a change in my companion. He seemed to be gaining strength. I could hardly see in the gloom, but my companion seemed to know the way.
And he chose... So the storyline of Diablo 2 is that Marius, this guy, was in a bar, and then the Dark Wanderer, who was the warrior in Diablo 1. After you defeat Diablo in Diablo 1, Diablo dies and leaves his soul stone. All of the greater evils in Diablo 2 have a soul stone. So there's 3 greater evils and 4 lesser evils in the world of Diablo that all run hell together. The 4 lesser evils are Indariel, Duriel, oh god, the other 2 in Diablo 3. They're in Diablo 3. The Lord of Lies and the Lord of Sin are in Diablo 2. I can't remember their names. Or in Diablo 3. But in Diablo 2, there's only 2 lesser evils in Diablo 2. There's Dariel and Duriel. And then there's the greater evils. And that's Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, Diablo, the Lord of Terror, and Baal, the Lord of Destruction. And so at the end of Diablo 1, you kill Diablo, and he has a soul stone. They all have soul stones, and it's embedded in their skull. And when he dies, the warrior realizes that if I leave this soul stone here, Diablo can be resurrected. So instead, he jams it into his own forehead because he's like compelled to, and tries to hold Diablo within his body. And so he turns into the Wanderer. So he's the warrior from Diablo 1 that you played way back in the day. And so Diablo's mission, the Wanderer, is to release Baal and release Mephisto and bring about hell on earth. So in the beginning of the game, he walks into this bar. The Wanderer walks into this bar and sets it completely on fire and kills everybody in it, except for Marius. And Marius, having nothing else to do, follows the Wanderer. And he doesn't know why. He's just compelled to follow the Wanderer. And it turns out that because of Marius's actions, he causes basically chaos on the planet. And in this scene, they're going into the tomb of Tal Rasha, and Tal Rasha allegedly, Baal was defeated a long time ago, and Tal Rasha, the only way to hold Baal is to put the soul stone in his head and have him tied inside of a tomb in the middle of nowhere. And it's because of Marius's actions of following the Dark Wanderer that Baal is released. And it continues the story even further. Asmodon and Belial. So Belial is the Lord of Lies, and Asmodon is the Lord of Sin. So those are the 4 lesser evils.
We came at last.
Yeah, Asmodon and Belial.
Great hall.
So far, I kind of like the original Diablo 2 one better.
It was then I realized my companion hadn't been gaining strength. He had been losing what was left of his humanity.
So this is the first time I've seen this. I kind of like the older version a little bit better.
Moved with demonic speed, and then
I still use that quote to this day. He moved with demonic speed. Sometimes I holler at my boy and I say I'm gonna come at him with demonic speed when he's acting up. I mean, it's just a joke, but I use that quote to this day.
then you appeared.
Stop! The beast contained herein shall not be set free, not even by you.
It's a little better. It's a little more detailed. Demonic speed. Yeah, it's such a great quote.
Don't do it! Fool! You have just ensured the doom of this world. You cannot cannot even begin to imagine what you've set in motion this day. Go to the Temple of Light in the eastern city of Karas. There you will find the gate to hell opened before you. You must find the courage to step through that gate, Maris. Take the stone you hold to the Hellforge, where it will be destroyed. Now run. Take the stone and run!
So Azarath, his sword was lost, and you can actually find that in the game. It's a very, very rare item. It's okay, but you can find it in the game. One thing they missed out of this was release me from this prison, he says, Taurasha says. And I like to say that quote too, once in a while, I suppose. Because like I have my kids, you know, and they'll be in like a pen, like we have like a little play pen, not for my older boy, but now for my younger. And I like to say, release me from this prison. When they're like hopping on the edge, wanting to be picked up, you know, release me from this prison. So it's just like all the quotes I got for this. Satan's sword, no. Azarath is an angelic sword. That's an angel.
What choice did I have? I ran. I did as you told me, Tyrael. I found the temple of the Zakarum. In the deepest recesses of the temple, I found a dark gathering. My companion, the Wanderer, Talrasha, and a great evil who could only be the Lord of Hatred himself, Mephisto. I heard a voice that, like 1,000 needles in my heart. My brothers, at long last we stand.
So this guy's voice, Mephisto's voice, is the same voice as the Colonel in Metal Gear Solid, by the way. So, if you've ever played Metal Gear Solid, the Colonel, who sends you on the mission in the first place and calls you all the time, that's the same guy. Also, another interesting fact is Lysander in Act 2, all he is a potion vendor in Act 2, is the voice of the Joker in the original Batman. So there's actually some minor, some high level like celebrity voice actors in various Blizzard games. I mean, in fact, the Colonel makes, I call him the Colonel because I don't know the voice actor's name, but he's the voice of Mephisto, and is also the voice of many characters in different games, including many Blizzard games.
Reunited, the infernal gate has been prepared, and the time of our final victory.
In fact, Colonel Campbell from Diablo II.
Raiden, do you copy? You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
So that's the Colonel from Diablo, or from Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 and stuff.
Is at hand. Let the way to hell be opened. And the evil that was once vanquished shall rise anew. Wrapped in the guise of man shall he walk amongst the innocent, and terror shall consume they that dwell upon the earth.
So in the game, he ripped Baal's soulstone out of Talrasha, and he was supposed to go into hell, go to the Hellforge and smash it. That would be the way to get rid of Baal, but he never did.
The skies shall rain fire, and the seas will become as blood.
It's so brutal. Diablo 3 is nothing like this. Diablo 3 is nothing like this. It's so brutal.
Shall tremble before the burning standards of hell.
What I saw then was not meant for mortal eyes.
The gate stands ready. Now, my young brother, the time has come to assume your true form. Arise, Diablo, Lord of Terror.
It does look pretty cool now compared to like 2000.
You are the harbinger of our return, Diablo. Send forth your terror into hell.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's some more, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. You know, the upgrade. The upgrade in graphics is pretty good. I'd say the original ones are just as good too. Especially some in StarCraft. In the original StarCraft were really great. One of my favorite cinematics ever of all time is the Amerigo from StarCraft 1. And the graphics are really bad, but I mean, it's from 1996 or 97 or something like that. But this is one of my favorite cinematics ever. This is so good, especially if you're like a fan of Starship Troopers or Aliens, something like that. Hey, you gonna go to sleep, Ervin? All right, see you later, man. Like Blizzard just makes some of the best cinematics. And another favorite cinematic of mine is the ending of Warcraft 3. Man, it gives me chills every time I watch it. The ending of Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne, is one of the best, most ambient cinematics I've ever seen. Was that wine? Yeah, it was wine. Blizzard makes the best cinematics. It's like if you're a fan of Alien or Starship Troopers or something, they're great. So, a little context. These Terran Marines are entering this science vessel, which is a unit in the video game, like that you can use, like during multiplayer and stuff. And supposedly this science vessel has Zerg on it. So these troops were sent to investigate. That's basically the context. Like I said, the graphics are like 1996 era, but it's just so cool. Like, somebody watched way too much Alien, you know, when they were young and made this.
illusion.
Hey, are we really gonna blow this place?
Only if we see a Zerg.
Yeah, I got your Zerg right here.
Good. It's just classic. Boom! Launches grenades and shit. Ah, it's good, man. I still use that quote today too. We're hold. We're hold. Oh man, I love that. Dude, even Meat probably knows that. I've said I've been hold a few times. Hold. H-O-L-E-D. We're hold, Ned. Blow it. Oh man. Never gets old. Gosh, one of the best cinematics. Oh, did they remaster that? I wonder. I think they did. I think they did actually remaster that one. I've never seen it remastered. And then the Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne ending in 8K. God, man, Blizzard. Like, if one thing Blizzard does right is their cinematics. And like they're a little bit, obviously a little bit better when you have the context for them and you've played the game. And then when you've played all of Warcraft 3 and then waited for the expansion and then played all through Warcraft 3 expansion and then you got this cinematic and then World of Warcraft came and you're like, one day I'm going to go find the Lich King in World of Warcraft. And then it took the Burning Crusade and then Wrath of the Lich King expansion before you actually seen the Lich King in World of Warcraft. It was an amazing moment to know that when you started playing World of Warcraft, one day you're gonna fight the Lich King, or you're gonna interact with the Lich King in some way, shape, or form. Years before you had Warcraft 3 and the Frozen Throne, and you played through this whole game, and you got really interested in the characters. The storyline was really good, and you got like emotionally involved with the characters. And then at the end of it, you see this, and then when you play the game World of Warcraft, the MMO that you like a subscription to, it took till like 2008 or 2009 until the Lich King was released, and like you knew that playing it the whole time that one day it was going to come. Have you seen the Metroid? No. How Warcraft was nearly a Warhammer game? Yeah, so Blizzard took a lot of inspiration from Alien, in fact, and probably Warhammer, because, for example, in the game StarCraft, there's this thing for the Terran called a dropship, and it's just it has no attacks, it has no defense. All you do is load up Marines or tanks or Goliaths or units with it, right? And then you fly and you drop them off. So you can load up a bunch of Marines in it and then fly it into an enemy's base and drop them directly on their weak spot in their base. And it's called the dropship. And one of the dropship's quote is "down the pipe 5x5," and that's an Aliens quote in the movie Alien, I'm not sure if it was Alien or Aliens. There was a quote. There was a character in that said that down the pipe 5x5. So they have a lot of inspiration from Alien and Warhammer and stuff like that. So you'll see that over and over and over in the StarCraft and Warcraft like world. Which is cool, because you're like, down the pipe 5x5, wasn't that in Aliens? It sure was. Like, they took the quote from it, and like, it's shit like that is cool. So somebody upscaled this, so this isn't the like original one, but ooh, this looks really good. Somebody did a good job on this. Wow. Yeah, they did. Was Games Workshop big in US? I've never heard of it. So maybe it was just big in UK, or maybe I'm just only play certain games and don't know what Games Workshop is.
Forget this business. Lead your men home.
Even if you were.
As your future king, I order you to lost your mind on this.
Consider this an act of treason, doesn't.
Yeah, it might be a UK thing.
And betrayed the mercenaries who fought for you.
What's happening to you, Arthur? Some prince will find only death in the cold.
So cool. God, that cinematic is so awesome. It's just this one guy like at the top of this, and then there's just nothing. Like nobody's left at the end of this game. Like nobody's left. It's just him. Like you play through this whole game and just watch this dude go into oblivion through this whole game. And then at the end of it, you get this. And you're like, this isn't fucking over. And then World of Warcraft comes out, and you start playing it, and you're like, where's the Lich King? When can I go to Northrend? When is that happening? And eventually it does. I don't know. That was just like a big reason why I was playing the game, like back in the day. Like not only because it was fun, but just because of this ending, like this specific ending when I was young. And like, wow, that was incredible. I used to have this as a screensaver, as one of many screensavers on my computer back in the day. Like it would go through all these different images, like the screensaver that you can add different, images to. And this was one of them, like just this ending right here. And eventually, you go there in World of Warcraft. But by the time you get there, it's a citadel. Because it was Icecrown Glacier, and then you could see it being destroyed behind him, like once he was putting on the mask. And so that's no longer there in the game. When you get to the game, it like he's constructed a big citadel. And then what's interesting about that too is that when you actually defeat the Lich King in Wrath of the Lich King in the second expansion of World of Warcraft, it turns out that somebody has to be the Lich King, because if there isn't a Lich King, then all of the undead in the world will just go ballistic and completely destroy society. So instead, this one person has to sacrifice himself and become the Lich King in order to control the undead. So in the end, there must always be a Lich King. Like, it's crazy, like how long it took to develop that over so many years. I was talking about the new Metroid, and frickin' Power went out. Anyways, the new Metroid is 2D. Oh, that's cool. Like, kind of going back to the 2D, because I remember Metroid for GameCube, and then, like, the next game was, like, a 3D, and it was pretty cool, for sure. Like, that 3D Metroid, like, especially, like, when you'd go, when you turn into a ball, and you'd go through the tunnels in GameCube, like, it would just, like, it was like a roller coaster, and then you'd come out, and you'd pop back out. Like, that game was pretty cool. Hey, Sako878. What's up, man? This guy did a really good job of upscaling this. Like, it's kind of got a bit of a chunky method to it, though. You can see kind of like painted over almost. It's kind of strange. That wasn't like the original, but it's upscaled really well. And is this the original? Yeah, this is the original. Yeah, so it was more... This is more like yogurty, kind of, compared to... Yeah. Well, that's a really good job on whoever did that. Because it was definitely a lot more work than just putting it into something and then upscaling it. Like, they had to, like, clearly paint over some things to make them less sharp. Pretty cool. Hey, nice to see you. Bohan, what's up, man? Why are there never bathrooms in such games? I don't know. There's bathrooms in some games. Since you like crypto and gaming, do you do any NFT games? Not really. I have some upland property. But not really. There is a game. I keep getting an email about a game. Let me actually see if I can find it. I may delete it. I delete a lot of emails. Like, I have so many stupid offers for emails. Like, I got a bunch of stupid emails for games. Poker game and Chainlink. Like, in a partnership for Bitsy, which is like a porn platform. Business-related NFT sponsor. Virtual, one of my clients has become an NFT sponsor for you, and I can respond to these if I want, but most of the time I just totally delete these. But there's one in here that I'm interested in, actually, that I responded to send more details, but I never got any more details. It says, I'm the advertising manager of a small developer studio, CodeBit Labs, based in Australia. In 2019, released the game Lost Relics. Did you play Diablo? Lost Relics is a blockchain game based on that, and they want like a review or a shill video of it. And I was like, yeah, I'll totally do that. I mean, if it's a game that's based like Diablo, sure, that sounds pretty cool. But I never got anything back, and that's one of the very few things I respond to. I mean, if it's a game like Diablo and it's NFTs, that sounds fun, right? As long as you provide me with Ethereum or something like that to run this game. I'm not going to put my own money into it so I can do a review for you. You know what I mean? You're going to have to pay me for that. But that's one thing I think I would enjoy. Lost Relics. Let me look it up. LostRelics.io. So this is what they're talking about. Let me bring it over to Brave here. Free to play engine action. So it's engine, which is engine an ERC token? I can't remember. Or is it its own? Yeah, it's an ERC20 token, right? I believe so. And this is what they're advertising to me. Like they want me to. But like I responded, I said, sure, send me more details. Because at the end of the email, it's like, if you want to send more details, just ask. And I was like, sure, send me more details. Like I would totally shill this. You know what I mean? If it's a good game, I'll totally get paid to shill this. But most of the stuff in my email, I just refuse. Like, because I don't know if it's real or not. Like let me try to find you one. You know, my name is Fanny, and I'm the marketing manager at Bitsy. We are a cryptocurrency company located in Swiss Crypto Valley. We saw your channel online and had an interest to work with you. I attached a sheet with all our information. And so it's a downloadable PDF, and it says, Bitsy, we are revolutionizing the sex industry. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not, I don't know if that's real. I don't know if half this shit's real. You know, I'm helping coordinate Coinberry's partnership program. Here's one. Here's one that I definitely would not do without knowing it first. It says, hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I don't know who guys are. It's just me. Anyway, I'm helping coordinate Coinberry's partnership program. Here's how it works. You'd get 50% of the trading fees for anything that comes through your Coinberry affiliate link. Okay, cool. We've got some affiliates making upwards of $35,000 a month with the program. I doubt that. If you're interested in joining the program, I'll be happy to send you more details, which I have not replied to. Here's a little bit about Coinberry, the first pure play crypto platform fully registered in Canada. So it says they're only legally allowed to accept Canadian investors at the moment. And it says, but I thought you might have a good sized Canadian audience and might be interested, as it's a really great way to generate extra revenue from your bottom line. Let's see how big my Canadian audience is. Let's check it out. Let's go into my analytics here. Audience. I don't know where to find this exactly. Top geographies. Okay. So views in the last 28 days. United States is at 33.7%. United Kingdom is at 5.9%. Australia is at 4.2%. And Canada is the next one at 3.3%. So sorry, I don't have a big Canadian audience, because my last 28 days of views is pretty fucking low. So that means like 40 of them were probably viewing from Canada. So sorry, can't do that one. But again, I don't know if the platform's legit. Even if it was an American platform, even if it was a worldwide platform, I can't tell if Coinberry is legit. Is it legit? I don't know. You don't know. So I can't shill it. I can't. Like, I know some people would, just to make money. But, like, what if I shill you Coinberry and then everybody loses their money? I can't do that. That's the problem with me and my channel growth. That's the problem I have, is my channel growth is slowed by the fact that I don't shill so much, because I can't. Because I cannot shill something that I don't believe in or that I have never used. Have I shilled before for money? Yes. But it's things like Energy Coin. That's a coin. It's not going anywhere. It's a blockchain. People are currently mining it. People are currently selling it, trading it. It's a blockchain. It isn't going anywhere, right? It's a blockchain. So there's no way that it's a scam. If it goes down in price, that's not me, right? If it goes up in price, that's not me. Right? But it's not going anywhere. It's a blockchain. As long as people are mining it and running nodes, it will forever exist. And that's the kind of thing that I would shill. Hey guys, check out this new coin. I'm mining it. I'll tell you guys the results and show you how to mine it, right? That's a good deal, right? But if it's just some Coinberry platform, I can't say if that's good or not. I've never used it. Is it going to go down in 30 minutes? Am I going to sign up 10 people and then you guys lose all your money? I can't do that. I can't do that. It's not in my MO to do that. I can't fuck anybody. You know what I mean? Like, donations and shills and things like that is one thing, but me shilling something that I haven't ever even used is not a good idea. How can you do that? Like, oh yeah, guys, Coinberry's sick, bros. Look at this exchange that I can't even fucking use because I'm an American. But whoa, guys, wait! Look at these like deals on this exchange, man. No, I know nothing about it. I can't. Why would they even send that to an American if only Canadians can use it? So that means that I can't use it to show you guys how to use it. I can't do it. And that negatively affects my channel. But if that's the case, so be it. So be it. I can't sell anybody out. Maybe I've shilled a few things that went down in price, like Energy Coin, right? That went down in price. I don't know what to tell you. It's been like 3 years, right? It went way up in price after I shilled it. Not because I shilled it, probably. I don't know, right? But, you know, that's the kind of thing you have to watch out for particularly when you're a crypto YouTuber. I mean, maybe if I was just like a YouTuber where I showed you guys all my shit and I'm just like a social YouTuber, you know what I mean? And everybody follows me and I'm like, guys, buy this comb. It's great. You know what I mean? That's one thing, because you're just buying an object and I'm trying to sell it to you to make money. Fair enough. But if I'm selling you something that is a monetary investment that you're going to spend hundreds of dollars for or thousands of dollars for so that it can just turn out to be a total scam or completely collapse, I can't. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm weird. So, but this kind of looks interesting, right? It's a game, it's an NFT, it's going to be forever around. If I knew about this, I would totally shill it. If I played this, I'd shill it. You know what I mean? But if they get a hold of me and they give me some engine to play this game, to load up my account with, I would totally play it on stream. And I'd make I'd ask them for a couple $100 or a few $100 and I'd make a video of it and I'd play the game. You know what I mean? That's because if you guys were like, man, I really like that game that he was playing, and you guys go out and buy some engine and then you go play this game, there's no loss, right? Maybe you're terrible at the game and you lose your engine or something like that. I don't know. But that's not a scam. You know what I mean? This is a game that'll forever exist, or at least for quite a while, I suspect. It's a totally different story. But like these random exchanges, no. Let me find another one. It says to inquire about a collaboration on your YouTube. If you guys want to, if you don't believe me, there it is. I'm writing you on behalf of the company, Evane Capital. Evane. It's supposed to be Evane Capital, but the guy wrote Avian Capital, and then Avian Capital is an investment platform, and it says from Evane Capital, like capital, AVAIN, right? And then the guy says, I'm writing to you on behalf of the company, Avian Capital. So which is it? Avian Capital is an investment platform that offers different returns of investment profit based on the kind of investment plan you went for. Well, no fucking shit. What? So stupid. Based on the kind of investment you went for. Oh, wow. I thought it was all the same. Okay. For example, our basic plan is 10% ROI with a time period of 24 hours. Well, what does that mean? Just 10% return on your investment in 24 hours? So it only takes 10 days to get your money back? The percentage increases up to 50% with the advancement of the plan. So as the time duration. Our company is based in Stockholm, Sweden. It'd be great if you could promote our company in one of your videos, encourage your users to subscribe in our company. If you are interested in this proposal, I'd like to know your charges and your conditions as well. See, there's a problem with that. I didn't even get a link, so I don't know what that is. Let's look at Avane Capital. Avane Capital Ltd. Is this it? Yeah, I think so. Let's check it out, boys. Check out this shell. Check it out. Evane Capital, the platform for endless profits. Woo! Through cryptocurrency trading and investment. What is Evane Capital? Evane Capital is a platform for the future of funding that powers new equity blockchain. Oh, man, they got a ticker. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Look at that ticker. It's fucking great. XRP, Polkadot. It probably has nothing to do with the platform. Look at this. You know how it's a, you know it's a fucking scam. You know what? You know when it's a scam? When they got a ticker. Because what does this have to do with this? What does this have to do with this? Fast withdrawal. The interesting thing about us is the fast withdrawal process we offer with no waste of time. Fucking zero, boys. You are being credited in your wallet as you withdraw from our platform. Isn't that fucking cryptocurrency in its entirety anyway? Zero, boys. No waste time. Fucking lit. Fast support. In case you face any difficulty with our services, you can chat with our live support. We are ready and online to reply to you every 24 hours. Our experts will explain to you anything that you don't understand. We are able to process through our company as we deliver to our investors the minimum and maximum investment packages so that all investors can participate in our program. That didn't fucking mean anything. Holy shit. Can I read this again, please? Do you guys mind if I read this one again? We are able to process through our company as we deliver to our investors the minimum and maximum investment packages so that all investors can participate in our program. What the fuck does that mean? What is... We're able to process through our company as we deliver. What? Ah, here we go. Fucking play any sounds for me.
Evergrande Capital is a platform for the future of funding that powers the new equity blockchain. We make it possible for individuals, groups, families.
Oh, okay. So an English accent, but you're based in Sweden, huh? Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm not saying this is a scam. I'm just. What is this? 10% period with 24 hours. Startup plan, minimum $100, maximum $500. Instant withdrawal principal, 50% over 3 days. Minimum is $510, not $509. Get the fuck out of here if you only have $509. Go get another dollar, or get the fuck out of here. $510 to a maximum of $2,000. 30% over 7 days. These all suck. These all get worse. So I could make 30% in 3 days, or I could make only 15% in 3 days. What the fuck is the point of this? And then this would take me 30% ROI in 7 days, or I could just do this over and over for 10% every day, and I could get 70% in 7 days. $50% in 5 days? Why? Why invest $10,000 for 50% in 5 when I can just invest this for... This doesn't make any fucking sense. We offer a 5% referral bonus to our users. Doesn't say anything. Sign up. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Oh, no. I wanted more information. Thank you. Do FAQ. What do we got here? Doesn't even fucking work? Okay. There we go. We accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. But on the front, we got a ticker for everything. Cardano, Tether, XRP. Oh, look at that in the back. I like that. Ooh, that's fun. That's a fun graphic to play with. Yee, look at this. Polkadot, USDC. You don't accept any of these. Why is it on their ticker? What is the point of this? Rules. Give me rules. Yeah, tell me the rules. Tell me the fucking rules. You agree to be at the legal age in your country to partake in this program. Right. Right. Yeah. Let's see what we got here, boys. What? What do bro? There's nothing here. It's a fucking intersection. Is it this house? See, this is what I'm saying, guys. If you respond to every email as a crypto tuber, you're just gonna fuck people. You're gonna fuck them. What is this? What is this address? It's an intersection. Can we get that? Can we get a road view? Can we get a road view? Layers. No. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's a great company. Look at this. Look at this company. Look at this company, boys. Fuck are we? Yo, that's a nice company, eh? Where is the nearest town? I'm trying to find the investment company. Where is he at? Ulstergotland country? I've been walking this road for 6 days. I can't find the investment company. Is that too Irish? I don't know. I can't do Swedish. I'm sorry. Bippity 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 bop. I'm not making fun of Swedish, by the way. I'm just making fun of this fucking address. I'd be like... Where am I? Oh, a car. Oh, my God. Stop. Stoppen. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Translate. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where am I? I'm going to die. Translate Google. Come on. I need Swedish. Swedish. Let's see here. Let's see. Hold on. No. Just stop your car. Stop the car. Swedish. English. Okay. No. Went back to German. German. It always like defaults to German. Let's see. No. Keep waiting, guys. Keep waiting. But we can do this. We can do this. Swedish to English. Okay. We'll swap that. Stop. Sluta. Okay. Varjag. Could you type it in here? Kunde skriva här. And then give them my phone, and they'll type it back, and they'll be like, they'll say, middle of nowhere. Middag ingenstans. Okay. All right. Now my next... What the fuck is this? Man. Emails. Sluta. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck if you believe me. Go be stupid somewhere else. Richard Hart. I said he was learning new code. There's a CX coin. For which year are these Street View photos? Check the date in the corner. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that real quick. How do I get back to the Street View? Street View. 2020. But where would you create this company? Where's... I mean, like... Down here? Down there? Up here? Where is this? 2020. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Follow me on Twitch because I might stream Diablo 2 Resurrected tonight. I might have a friend to play with as well tonight. Give me a follow on Twitch. If you guys have a Twitch, give me a follow. If not, that's okay. I will probably be live on Twitch tonight. I'm not 100% sure. I do have a few things to do. But I appreciate you guys showing. And how have I viewed their certificate? I don't know. I don't care. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Give me a follow on Twitch. I might be live later on there. Have a good one, all.